Welcome to ElliptiGO's online support video. In this video, we will install the Cateye computer. We will install the Cateye on the 3C, 8C, and 11R ElliptiGO models. You should have the following parts in your computer box: the computer itself, the sensor, the mounts, some zip ties, and the instructions. You also want to make sure that you have both magnets, the cadence magnet and the speed magnet. They may be stuck together, so make sure that you separate them so that you know you'll have two magnets. You may wish to use a 2mm Allen wrench or something small to hit the little AC button on the back of the computer unit. You're going to push the AC button and the menu button together to activate the computer. This should show your kilometers per hour or miles per hour. To change between them, use the mode button and then select using the menu button. Once you've selected that, the wheel size comes up. The ElliptiGO wheel size is 1516, 1516. Hold the mode button for several seconds until the numbers flash. Then, using the mode button, toggle through the numbers to find the number that you want. You'll have to hold the mode button down several times to get through the entire sequence. So hold the mode, hit 1516. This number is not found in the printout that comes with the computer, so you should have received a little piece of paper in your computer that says 1516, but at either rate, this is what you'll enter into your computer for the wheel size. After you've toggled through the numbers to set your wheel size to 1516, hit the menu button to show the time. Then use the mode button to toggle between the 24-hour and the 12-hour option. Hold the mode button down to get the numbers to flash and then set your current time. Once you have set your time, you will hit the menu button to accept. And then the computer will be set, and this will show by zeroing out on the odometer and speed and whatnot. First, we'll install the wheel magnet speed sensor. So you will unscrew the magnet from its holder, or at least loosen it enough to be able to put the magnet onto the spoke. It doesn't matter which spoke you place the magnet on. And you want to put it on so that the little divot in the holder is holding the spoke, and then tighten the magnet on. It doesn't matter at this point where you place the magnet on the spoke, because we'll set that once we get the sensor on. But you'll just tighten down the magnet until it's pretty secure and it doesn't move on you while we're installing the sensor. Next, we're going to mount the sensor onto the frame of the ElliptiGO. This will read the speed magnet and the cadence magnet. Use a small flathead screwdriver or a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen the screw on the speed sensor arm so we can position it into place. And then you're going to mount the sensor so the battery faces out and the sensor faces in towards the center of the bike. Use the rubber stopper to place on the frame. We're going to place the sensor roughly more towards the rear dropouts, the axle, not quite in the middle of the frame there. And then hold in place and lightly zip tie the sensor to the frame. We don't want to tighten this down too much because we may need to move it into position once we get the cadence magnet onto the drive arm. So secure with the zip tie, both zip ties, and again, don't over tighten this, but enough so that it'll hold it in place. And now we can move the wheel magnet on the spoke up a little bit so that it comes into range of the speed sensor. There should be a little arrow on the tip of the sensor that says speed zone. So you want the magnet to be within that speed zone and only about a millimeter or so away. Next, we'll take the cadence magnet, peel off the little backing on that, and we're going to put this on the non-drive side crank arm on the inside. So that would be your left hand crank arm on the inside of the crank arm between the longest stride position and the second longest stride position. You'll secure this with the zip tie. This you can go ahead and secure down because this is not going to move. So secure the magnet with the zip tie and make it nice and tight. Now we'll go ahead and make sure that the magnets are in their zones. So the speed magnet is in the speed zone, and then the cadence magnet is in the cadence zone for the sensor. And you'll then manipulate the sensor a little bit to fill in the gap. So here I'm just going to pull the sensor over a little bit more on the frame there so that it comes about 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters away for the cadence magnet, and then you can adjust the speed sensor arm accordingly as well, which is why you loosen that screw. And then once you have the magnets within their range, you can tighten down the screw of the speed sensor arm and make sure that nothing is hitting, so that when the drive arm circulates its rotation, the magnet doesn't clip the sensor, and that when the wheel is spinning, the magnet doesn't clip the sensor. Once you have your sensor where you want it and all the magnets are set, you can go ahead and tighten down your zip ties and then cut off the excess tail of the zip tie on the sensor and the cadence magnet. Okay, now we're going to mount the computer on the stem. Start by placing the plastic holder together and snap those pieces in, and then slide the computer in so that she'll snap into place. You can secure by putting the little rubber non-skid piece on the underside of the computer mount, and it's a little tacky, so you just stick that in there and then line up so that it'll fit properly. Once you have the non-skid installed, go ahead and place the computer on the stem of the ElliptiGO and slide the little ratchet arm through the hole and secure with the adjustment knob. You'll just turn that until it's nice and secure and clamp the computer down. Make sure it's nice and tight so the computer doesn't slide around on the stem. And then toggle through your computer. Make sure that it's operating properly. You should be able to push down with your thumb or finger and it should go through all of the settings. And then next, give your rear wheel a spin and make sure that it's reading the speed and that it's operating properly. If you have any questions, please contact us at ElliptiGO.